Hello everyone and welcome to this video where we are talking about the #1 requested build of mine from my fans. If you've been a fan for a while, following along, you may know that I don't have any trains currently in the workshop. It is for sure the most requested creation that I've been getting for the longest time. People want to see trains. They love trains, and honestly, I love trains too. I just found that there is so many intricacies in the game. It gave me a tough time to want to spend kind of, extensive amounts of time building one thing. And the trains themselves have kind of a very precise system of regulation and codes and all kinds of things. So with that, I took it upon myself to learn some of those intricacies. I myself am a train fan, but I'm nowhere near as much of a fan as my brother, who actually worked at one point for the train lines here in Canada, and he gave me some inspiration and told me which model to sort of look upon when I was basing my build. Now I know there is a lot of detail, especially like lights and coding and switches and various levers and buttons and stuff, but I'm attempting to make something that is going to be quite usable. As you know, most of my creations are fairly usable in terms of approach, and they're not like, you don't turn on one of my ships with millions and millions of buttons. You just sort of do it quite simplistically, and I'm going to follow that system here for my train as well. Stepping inside the train here, you could see that currently there's no kind of interior, but there is sort of the starting point of an interior. And the reason I'm showing this is because I wanted to give a little bit of an indication to my behind the scenes. So obviously a lot of work goes into my creations and things like this, so right now it looks very plain, but this is all going to be engine rooms, generators, all kinds of stuff, and we'll see what other parts I may end up doing. But I do know that real life trains follow a certain protocol. I will be trying my best to match some of it, but I'm also intending on adjusting it for my own purposes. And what I mean by that is, if you look at my oil rig, there's a hot tub on the roof. Obviously no oil rig is going to have a hot tub on the roof, so I may follow the same type of luxury style accommodation for the Alta train as well. We'll kind of see where that comes, but I do want to thank the community. I want to thank all of those that watch and support my videos. We're almost at 6,000 subscribers, which is huge. We've surpassed 750,000 views. Again, awesome. And I've been starting to engage with the community here on the YouTube, and you could see I've kind of been polling people. And the reason I'm using YouTube for this is because you have to have a YouTube account to be a part of this, rather than my Discord, which you have to be a specific member, so it kind of reaches more people. We got 346 votes when I asked what should be my focus for Alta. And while there were lots of people that wanted facilities, support vehicles, mining, 50% wanted train transportation. So that's a huge amount of people. And even from day one, people were always asking me to get into trains, to make a train. And while I don't know if I'm going to be making an extensive fleet of trains, we'll see, that's yet to be determined, I do enjoy getting kind of pushed in certain directions when I realize that a lot of people want it. So I do want to thank all of you that follow and support this, and everybody on my Discord server, everybody on YouTube, all that good stuff. I get a lot of nice interaction. I encourage engineering talk. I encourage, a lot of technical style of building, and I really love it. I think that it is so nice. And whenever I hear comments of people saying that I've inspired them, encouraged them, anything like that, honestly, that's so awesome for me. That's the reason I do this. And I really do want to thank you all for the support and for the awesome experience that you're giving me. So while there is still a lot to do for the train, I am super excited. I wanted to just show everybody a very behind the scenes of the train here, because as I start to develop it, work on it, expect it to change. It's going to be different, and then you'll be able to think back on how far it's come. So I really do appreciate your viewers or your viewership, and I cannot wait to have this released and ready for you to enjoy. On that note, I also want to thank all the beta testers, the Golden Anchor Club, and my server boosters for helping find some errors and bugs in my newest support boat here that has this ROV. There was a great amount of people that tested it, and I went ahead and fixed some of the things, including adding a generator mode. I've also added this, which I really love. The camera here shows like a recording, and it tells you what it's looking at. So as you flip through the cameras, there's a little logo there, or little text that says gantry rear, and even under the boat. So there's a variety of different camera angles that you could access here. I've also done the same for this camera, especially because people were saying that what does the left and right winch feed do? Right now you can see it does nothing, whereas this here does. So I do have to... Interesting, that doesn't change the text, whereas when it's here it does. But anyway, what you do for this one is plug in this camera kind of towfish into one of these winches, and then if you make your way back in here, so we go to right winch, left winch, there you have it. So left winch now sees, and you could also use its lights, and when the lights are on also, that's when the maggles are on. So that's what this system does. I'm going to fix why the text didn't change. And last but not least, I made a small change to the living accommodations. Rather than being a little bedroom, I made it into like a seating nook, because I think if you have a crew of 4 people, you have 3 there, 1 here, it would be nice to have seating for everyone, because most likely you're going on day trips, you're not going super long excursions. There still is a bunk up here with a curtain that you could close if someone needs to catch some sleep, like if it's on a shift, but I think having a little seating nook area is a little better than a 2-bedroom room. Again, this is a small boat, not intended for long operations. And nobody commented on this yet, but I do have a safe here in this room. You can see that this is kind of the armory. There's some weapons in case you're getting attacked, but the point of the safe is also if you kind of pull up any rare, unique finds from under the water using your ROV, you now have a place to store it. So that is the newest ship. Expect to hit the workshop soon here. There's still one final trial that it's undergoing currently, but if everything goes as planned, this will be out soon for you. So that's everything for this short video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content, more creations, and as always, happy Stormworksing, everyone.